Welcome everybody to strength training. So today we're going to do the same format that we had last week, if you watched that tape. So what we're going to do is we'll be focusing on a specific body part like chest, legs, shoulders, the back, arms, something like that. We'll be performing 2 exercises for that body part. So we'll be doing 30 seconds and then the second exercise right after the first exercise. So we've got 1 minute of exercise, then we will be taking a 1 minute break between the exercises, between the body parts, I should say. All right, so you're going to use some lighter weights and your resistance bands. Have a chair nearby for balance when we get to the leg part. All right, in the meantime, we're going to warm up. So let's start with our march. And again, you may want to have that peppy music playing in the background, whatever gets you motivated and keeps you going. I always play the music when I'm exercising. It definitely helps keep you going. All right, and step to the side, touch. And then you're going to kick those heels to the center. Good. Then kick to the rear. Pull those arms back. Good. Then we'll come back to center. We're going to do a half jack. Step wide, arms up. Just switch sides. Good. Once more each side. Back to center and squat. Two more. Good. Come on back up and we'll come right back to marching. So we're going to repeat those. Good. And then step and touch. Good. Back to center here as you kick to the inside now. Just kick that heel in. And then we'll kick to the rear. Pull those arms back. Good, and then we'll come back to center for that half jack. Good, once more each side. Back to center and squat. Push the weight back in the hips. Good, 2 more. Good. Come on up to standing. Widen your stance a little bit. Clasp your hands, and we'll sweep the arms up and down. Good. Then bring those arms up, release them, and we'll do a little sway side to side. Good. And then we'll come back to center. Pull those elbows down towards your waist. Good. Then take the arms out to the side, palms up, bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Good. Then hold those fingertips there, open and close the elbows. Good. All right, shake it out a little bit. Grab a drink. Make sure you always have your water nearby. And then we're going to start with the resistance band. So I'm going to grab a drink. I'm actually going to turn my fan on so I don't get too hot. All right. So we're going to start with the chest. So you want to take your band, even if you have a tube with handles, that's fine too. Just swing it around so that the band is behind you. And then bring it underneath your armpits. So you want to have the band across the upper back. And then adjust your resistance. So as you push your hands forwards, you know, you've got some resistance on the band. So I'll show you the two exercises. Remember, we're going to do the first one for 30 seconds and then go immediately to the second one. So we're going to do a chest press. As you stand here, you want to keep the knees tight, but you don't want them locked. So you have a little micro bend in them. Keep the abs tight. And then you're just going to extend the arms forward. So this will be the first exercise. The second one, we're just going to do the right arm right now, and you're going to punch across. It's going to a rather fast movement, kind of a little pulsing. Just the right arm across. We'll get to the left on the second round. Okay? All right, here we go. Ready? Begin. Chest press. Good, 10 seconds. Good, now, just the right arm, punch it across. Kind of a little pulse here. Ten seconds. Good. All right. Rest it out. Go ahead and release your band. Shake it out a little bit. Go ahead and put your band to the side. So you've got a minute of rest. Grab a drink whenever you need it. I'll wait a couple of seconds, and then while you're resting, I'll show you the next two exercises. We're going to focus on the legs. You may want to have a chair nearby, or if you're near a wall, that's fine, something just to keep a hand on to steady your balance. All right, let me show you the next two. So we're going to do just the right side. So we're going to do a rear lunge. So you're going to step that right leg back. Let me turn sideways so you can see. As you step back, you're going to bend the knee and drop the hip down, and then step forward. So it's just the right leg. Just stepping and back. All right, then the second exercise, you're going to hold on to either the wall or the chair. Keep the torso from moving, and you're going to kick this right leg back. So you're really focusing on this glute. Make sure that you don't, move the torso while you do it. So just this kick back. Again, just the right side. Second round, we're going to hit the left side. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm going to turn this way so you can see me a little better. And begin. Step it back, just the right leg. If you want to challenge yourself, you don't have to hold on to anything. More of a balanced challenge here. Doesn't matter really, whatever gives you the best form. Maybe you just use one arm on the chair. Good, let's do one more. Good. All right, standing up nice and tall, just kick that right leg back. Keep the leg straight. It's a whole nother exercise if you bend the knee. And continue to breathe. Very important that you breathe during the exercise. Generally, you exhale at the hard part of the exercise when you're really exerting yourself. All right, last one. Good. Walk it out. Shake it out a little bit. All right. I'm going to put my chair to the side. So now you've got a minute of rest, and we're going to pick up the dumbbells. You've got about 30 more seconds of rest. So again, whenever you need to grab a drink, grab a drink. All right, I'm going to show you the next two. We're going to hit the back. So you're going to come into a nice steady base. So we do that by bending the knees. You're in a little half squat. I'm doing a hip hinge. So I'm going to bring the torso forward about 45 degrees, extend the arms, and then pull my elbows back, what we call a bent over row. So this will be the first exercise. The second one, I'm going to keep my torso right where it is, and then I'm going to lift my arms out to the side for a reverse fly. Now the key here is I'm not doing this kind of thing. So try to keep the torso as still as you can. Okay? All right. Here we go. You had a little more than a minute there. So start with that bent over row and begin. Ten seconds. Good. Last one here. Good. Extend the arms. Go right into your fly. You can keep a little bend in the elbow as you lift. Ten seconds. Good. One more here. Good. All right. You've got a minute. Go ahead and put your dumbbells down. Make sure you're shaking the hands out. Open and close your fingers. Good. Nice deep breaths. With working for that whole minute, you are building a little cardiovascular endurance too. You probably feel that your heart rate's really coming up. So it's important to keep breathing. All right, have your Kleenex with you too. I'm going to grab a drink. Okay, let's see. You've got a few more seconds. I'll show you the next two. So we're going to start with a shrug. So just hold the dumbbells alongside the body, keep the arms straight, use the shoulders. Then we're going to bring the hands to the front and do an upright row. Now, if you have shoulder issues and this part bothers your shoulders, keep your arms alongside the body and come up just alongside the body like this, okay? All right, so let's start with our shrugs. Standing up nice and tall, tighten the abdominals. Here we go, just pick those shoulders up, pull them back down. Remember, you're not bending the elbow, you're not using the arm at all. Five seconds. Good, last rep here. Good. If you're okay, bring the arms to the front. If not, leave them alongside the body. Pull the arms up, upright row. Again, keep those abs tight. Keep the shoulders down when you lift. So you exhale as you bring those arms up. That's the exerting part of the exercise. 5 seconds. Good. Rest it out. You have a minute. Take those hands out, open and close. Good. Maybe wiggle it out a little bit. All right. We've got one more exercise using the dumbbells, and then we're going to come down on the mat. So make sure you have your mat nearby too. Or if you're on a carpet, that's fine. You can just come down on the carpet. All right. About 20 more seconds. In the meantime, I'll show you the next two. So we're going to stand again, nice and tall. Feet about hip-width apart, tighten the abdominals. Keeping the palms facing each other, we're going to do what's called a hammer curl. It's like a bicep curl, only your palms are facing each other. So we'll do that here. The second one, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to change the rhythm. So it's going to look like this. Come up for one, and then 1, 2, 3. So a fast up, but a slow count of 3 down. So what you're doing here is you're forcing that muscle to put the brakes on. So working a little bit harder. All right, here we go. Start with your hammer curl. Begin. So we should be getting a minimum of 12 repetitions for most of the exercises. Depending on some of them, we may be getting 15 to 18 repetitions. 5 seconds. Good. Extend the arms. Here we go. Up, and then 1, 2, 3, down. Up, 1, 2, 3, down. Up, 1, 2, 3. Up, 1, 2, 3. Up, 1, 2, 3. We've got 2 more. Up, 2, 3, down. Up, 2, 3, and down. Good. All right, go ahead and put the dumbbells to the side. And in your minute here, go ahead and either get your mat or get yourself down on the floor. So we're going to work the core. So lowering yourself down on the mat. Go ahead and while you continue to just rest it out, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we're going to start by coming into a bridge. We'll hold that bridge for 30 seconds. Again, you're going to do however long you can. Take a break, come back up into it. The second part is what I call a moving bridge. So the first 30 seconds, you're here, just holding that bridge. The second one, we're going to add some arms. So as you come up, you're then going to sweep the arms up over your head, and then we'll come back down. So we'll be doing this as repetitions. Okay? All right, here we go. 30-second bridge, and begin. Remember, as you lift, press into your heels. You'll feel the weight shift into the shoulders. Imagine you're trying to push your heels down the mat, activate the hamstrings, press into the back of the upper arms. And breathe. 5 more seconds. Good. With your exhale, lower down, extend the arms. Here we go. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So obviously in an exercise like this, we're not going to get in 12 repetitions. So that's why I said most of them we can. Good. We've got 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. All right. Hug those knees in. You want to go side to side. So we're now in between our sets, or rounds, I guess I should say. So we'll take a good minute here, maybe a minute and a half to recover. So rolling back on your side, you can go ahead and put your mat to the side. You won't be using the mat again. Grab a drink. All right, so you have about 30 seconds left. So we're going to repeat the first 2 groups of exercises that we did just on the right side. Now we're going to work the left. So we started using the resistance band and doing that chest press. So again, sweep that band around behind you, bring it up to the upper back, and then holding on to the band, getting some resistance. Remember, we do a chest press. And then now we're going to punch across with the left hand. All right. Here we go. Ready? Begin. Keep those abs tight. Five seconds. Good. Last rep. Just the left arm. Punch it across. Five seconds. Good. Last one here. Good. Wow, you really feel that. The pulsing. All right, you've got a minute here. We'll use the band at the end. So go ahead and put the band to the side. All right, so for the next one, remember we're focusing on the legs. We did the right leg before, now we're gonna do the left. So we're back to, I'm gonna turn on this side so you can see me a little better. We're doing that rear lunge, remember, and then the second exercise is just that kick, that extension. All right, watch my clock. Here we go, ready, begin. How we're doing time-wise. You've got 5 seconds. Let's get 3 more in. 1, 2. Last one, come up to standing. Here we go, kick it back. Remember, hold on to something that'll help keep the torso from coming forward. You're gonna feel that in that glute. Great way to strengthen the glute muscle. Five seconds. Good. Last 3 here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest it out. You can put your chair to the side. All right. So for the next, what do I have? The next 3, we're not going to use any weights. This is just total body weight. Believe me, you're going to get tired. Okay? All right. Let's see. Oh, well, the next 2, I'm sorry. So that one we didn't use any weights. And then the next 2. So we're going to start with the back. So you're going to stand in a little wider stance. Feet, you can see my feet are just a little bit wider than my hips. So for the first one, I'm going to turn so you can see me. You're going to bend from the hip, come forward, bring your arms down, and you can place your hands on your thighs, but you can see how I keep my back straight. Then I'm going to lift one arm and then the other. That's all that I'm going to do. But again, I'm going to keep my torso from moving. Keep a little bend in the knee, so make sure you're not hyperextending that knee. The second one will come back up, again, this little wider stance. Bending from the hip, instead of coming forward, we're going to go on that diagonal. We're going to come back up, go to the diagonal on the other side, and back up. Again, keeping a little micro bend in the knee. All right, so here we go. Little wider stance, bend from the hip, come forward. You're about, I don't know, a little more than 45 degrees or so, not quite. If you can come to closer to 90, that's fine, as long as you don't round here. All right, just place your arms maybe around your knees, and you're just gonna lift the right arm and the left. Here we go, 30 seconds. Alternating, keep a little bend in the knees. And again, you're just working within your own range of motion too. You may not be able to bring the arm all the way up next to your ear, that's fine. 5 seconds. Good, do once more each side. Good, then you're gonna lift that torso, stay in your stance. Inhale, and then as you exhale, turn so you're on the diagonal, come forward, lift yourself back up to center. Turn to the left, little diagonal, right. Good, 30 seconds. So come back to the center, then you're gonna turn your shoulders a little bit, not much. Again, just on that diagonal and up. Don't walk the knees. Exhale down, inhale up. Turn down, up. 5 seconds. Good. Let's try it once more each side. Good. All right. Rest it out. Good. Grab a drink. So we've got 2 more sets of exercises. The next one, we aren't using weights. We're going to be targeting the shoulder. And then the last one, we're going to be using the weight, resistance band and working the tricep. All right, so let me show you the next 2. So for these, again, you're just going to stand with feet about shoulder width, or hip width rather. Keep the abs tight. Arms will start alongside the body. Now, you're going to lift the arms to shoulder height. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades. I don't know if you can see that. Squeeze, release, and down. So it's up, squeeze, release, down. That's the first one. The second one, we're going to bring the arms up overhead like you're waving an SOS. Out, in, out, in. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. All right. After 1 minute, your shoulders are going to feel this. So here we go. First one, 30 seconds. Up, squeeze, release, down. Up, squeeze, release, down. You're squeezing those shoulder blades towards each other. Good. Up, squeeze, release, down. Good. Got about 5 more seconds. Let's see if we can do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, sweep those arms all the way up. I'll step back so hopefully you can see me a little better. And then out to the diagonal, in, out, in, out, in. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Abs are tight. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them down, roll it out, wiggle it out. Woo! I can feel that in the back. Good. Shake it out a little bit. You've got a minute to rest it out. The last one, we're going to be working those triceps. So you may want to pick up, if you have a lighter resistance band, you have, different strengths. I'm going to use a little lighter weight. The other thing is, when you wrap the band around your hands like this, I'm going to be holding it like this. This is very loose. You can see how loose this is around my hands. So just make sure if you do wrap it, the band is not tight around your hands. All right, and if you have it too, you can just hold on to the handles and then you'll gather up in the center to give yourself some resistance. All right, a few more seconds. Let me show you what we're going to do. You're going to start with the hands about shoulder width apart. Bring them in front of you. My elbows are not locked, so they're what I call soft, or they have a little micro bend. We're going to alternate reaching the hand or the arm out to the side. And you can see I'm keeping my arms straight. Keep those abs tight. Okay, so this is the first one. The second one, we're going to pulse. You're really going to feel this one. All right, so adjust your resistance. Try to have your thumbs over either the tube or the band. You don't want all this in the webbing between the thumb and the index finger because the skin is very thin there, so you don't want to pinch. All right, here we go. Start with the right, out, in, left, out and in, right, left. Good. Think about taking the pinky finger out. So palm stays facing towards you. Good. Abs are tight. 10 seconds. Good. Once more each side. All right, here we go. Pulse it out. Oops, I need to adjust. There we go. Keep those shoulders down, away from the ears. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! That one you really feel. All right. Shake it out. Go ahead and put your band down. Grab a drink. Surprisingly, with my tendonitis, I have noticed an improvement doing the weights. So, but again, I'm using lighter weights and doing more repetitions. So not overstressing the joint with heavier weights. All right, let's go ahead and stretch it out. Since these upper arm muscles are warm, great time to hold some stretches. Let's start with the right arm across the body, using your left forearm or just left hand. Hug that upper arm in towards you, and then open and close the right fingers. And then some wrist circles. And reverse. Good, and then switch arms. Bring that across. Again, hugging it in, open and close. And just for time purposes, we're only holding each stretch about 15, 20 seconds. Ideally, you would want to hold a minute. So you would do 30 seconds each side. You could break that down into 15 seconds, do it 4 times, you know, that kind of thing too. But a minute. Good. All right, release. Let's start with that tricep. So bringing the arm up, bend at the elbow. Remember, you can push that elbow up a little bit, feel that stretch here, or holding and pulling it in towards you. Try to keep your chin up here. Good, and then switch arms. Again, this is perfectly fine. The whole key is just feeling that stretch in the tricep. Good, release. Bring the arms down so that you can clasp your hands, and then we'll turn the palms out, reaching through the palms, feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. And then releasing. Now I'm going to show you something different. If this is uncomfortable to clasp and then pull those hands down to open the chest, just take one arm, grab the back of the wrist with the other one, and then just very gently pull that arm, you know, towards the opposite hip. So you're still opening the chest, but you would just do it one side at a time. This is really good, especially if you have one shoulder that's affected, then just do one at a time. You can also press your palms towards each other, but you want to squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, maybe look up just a little bit, so you're either here or here. Good, and then go ahead and release. We're going to come over to the wall, and we're going to start with an IT band. I'm actually going to use my chair because I'm getting out of camera range here. So imagine I'm at the wall. So shift the weight over to the right leg. Take your left leg and step it behind the right leg. Then sweep that left arm up. And as you exhale, bend to the right. So this hand would be on the wall, and you can kind of press into that so you can extend that left hip out. Feel a nice stretch on the side of the body. Good. Come back to center and try it on the other side. So now the right foot just crosses behind the left. Sweep that right arm up, and then pushing that right hip out a little bit. Feel that stretch. Good. Coming back to center, we'll come into a calf stretch. So pressing your hands on the wall. You could use a chair too if the wall isn't nearby. You're going to step your legs back, and then you're going to bend your knees so that you feel that stretch in the calf into the Achilles tendon. And breathe. Hopefully your heart rate has come down. You're now breathing through the nose. So you pretty much return to a normal breathing pattern. Good. Now, see if you can straighten the legs. If you have your hands on the wall, maybe walk your feet back a little bit. If you're using the chair, it's what we call downward facing dog with the chair. So just dropping the chest down a little bit. And it's wherever you feel a stretch now in the back of the thighs. Maybe you feel it here with the knees bent a little bit. That's fine. Just wherever you feel that stretch. And as you do this, you do want to keep your head above your heart. Good. And then go ahead and walk yourself back up to the wall. And keeping a hand on the wall, shift the weight to the left. I'll let you, whichever leg is towards the wall, put your weight in that leg. And then cross the outside leg over the thigh, bending that standing knee. So you feel this now in that glute. So the glute got a good workout today, the glute and the hamstrings. Good, and then we'll switch legs. So you want to come into this kind of half squat position. And then come on back up to standing. The last one we're going to do is that quad stretch. You're welcome to place the leg on a chair so that you're here if you do have flexion issues with that knee. Otherwise, holding on to whatever you can. Maybe it's the shin, the ankle, top of the foot, and you try to bring that heel in. Try not to lift the knee forward. So you want to keep the knee pointing down towards the floor. and then release. Try it on the other side. Good, and then go ahead and release that opposite leg. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you can repeat this series some other time during the week. Strength training should be done minimum 2 days a week. 2 to 3 is the recommendation from the American College of Sports Medicine. You will notice a difference. We've been doing this, I believe this is our 6th week of doing it. I can tell a difference from doing it. So it is so beneficial and important as we get older. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of the day.